I've been trying to do this intro for like 5 minutes now. Okay, this is a video about tattoo excision. It's probably going to be kind of long, so you may not want to watch it because I'm going to try and make it as informative as possible because I feel like tattoo excision is kind of like a taboo here in America. And when I went in to get mine excisioned off, I felt like I really didn't know what was going on except the fact that I was getting a piece of skin of me cut off. So that's what this is going to be about, and hopefully I can give someone somewhere that's thinking about doing this like some information. Okay, so starting from the floor up, when I talk about the progression and stuff like that that the healing went through, I'll post pictures in the description, like the little bar below this. So yeah, I've got my little piece of paper here and I'm gonna weigh out the pros and cons for you guys and compare it to laser tattoo removal. So I'm gonna try to give you the quickest backstory I can as to why I picked excision over laser removal. Basically, long story short, not going into detail, I wanted to join the Navy and I had a tattoo on the back of my neck. And they told me because it was visible in uniform, I had to get it removed. Laser removal took too long because I don't know if you guys know this, but in order to do laser removal, you can only do one treatment every 6 weeks. And you usually don't even see results until about like the sixth treatment. So also, when you do laser removal, green ink is the hardest to remove, and of course, just my luck, it was like a green tattoo. Another reason I didn't pick laser removal was because with the treatment sessions, it's like $250 per square inch, and I mean, my tattoo was probably a solid like 3 square inches. It wasn't that big. Um, and you got to do all these sessions and the time, it was just really inconvenient. Like laser removal was pretty much just like, why would I pick this? Okay, so going into the information, since you basically get the gist of why I did it, um, I'm going to start with the pros of why I chose excision and why you may want to. Okay, so the absolute main reason that I chose to get the tattoo cut off and not lasered was because it was, I'm sorry, something came up on my computer. Okay, so the main reason that I chose it was because it was guaranteed. Like, I knew it was gonna be gone. There was no way the tattoo was gonna be there when it was cut out? Um, and it was faster, and in my case, it was cheaper than to do laser removal. For me, it was a total of $1,900, and I mean, that's really not that bad when you consider the location of the location of where mine was, which was the back of my neck. I had to be put to sleep, so it was like 400 for the anesthesia. It was like 500 for the materials they were going to use on me, and then it was 1,000, I think, for the recovery and the use of the hospital where I got it done. So since I got put to sleep for mine, I wasn't allowed to eat for 24 hours. You may or may not be put to sleep depending on the location. That's really where it comes down to on if you're going to be put to sleep for excision. Um, and also the size of your tattoo. I mean, if it's larger, you're obviously going to be put to sleep. I think I was in the hospital for a total of 3 hours, I want to say. You may be in there longer, depending on the size of your tattoo, or shorter, depending on if you're going to be put to sleep or not. When I finally came to and woke up, they had a neck brace on me, and I was wheelchaired out of the hospital, and I was given a prescription of Norco. You may be given Vicodin. Um, the only reason I wasn't given Vicodin was because my stomach is horrific with Vicodin. Like, it's not a pretty sight. Um, the total like healing process of it wasn't that long. I'd say it was a whole month and a half total for healing. So the day of, I didn't really feel all that much pain because I was doped out of my mind. And then I'll say like the second day to like the fifth day was when it was the most painful. I'm just grateful they gave me a neck brace because it really supported my neck. And I mean, after about the first week, it really wasn't that bad as long as I took the antibiotics and the pain pills that they had prescribed to me. At the end of week 2 is when they removed my stitches. No, 2.5 weeks is when they removed the stitches, and I had 28 stitches total. Um, so it was a pretty good size cut, but I mean that's only because it was on the back of my neck, and the skin back there is so tight that if they hadn't given it that much length, it would have split open. After the stitches were removed, I was kind of in pain more than I was when they were in because obviously some more work had been done to my body. So they refilled my prescription, but not fully. They only gave me like 3 days worth, which I was totally fine with. And then for like the next like 3 weeks, my neck really only hurt in the morning when it was cold because your skin, I'm pretty sure it shrinks when it gets cold, and then as it warms up, it stretches out. Now, like the cons of excision are that obviously you're going to be in pain. I mean, let's get real. You have surgery. It's a surgery. You're going to be sore and you're going to be hurting, but it's not unbearable. I mean, unless it's like on your genitals, but not going to go into that subject. Another con of tattoo excision is honestly the scar. Like that's really the only two I can think of. It's usually more cost efficient. It's faster. It's guaranteed. You know. So it's now been 6 months since I got my tattoo excision. As I mentioned before earlier, I'll post all the pictures if you want to see some cool stuff in the description. And I'll show you the scar as it is today. It's pretty brutal. Okay, so this is scar today. It's 6 months. But don't doubt excision. And don't doubt your plastic surgeon. That should be the #1 rule for you guys. Make sure you find a good plastic surgeon because your doctors are not going to do this. Healthcare does not cover this unless it's like affecting your health, which tattoos very rarely do unless they're infected. So I hope this video helped someone somewhere with some information, whether it was to decide to get excision or to not get it, because it's not for everyone, you know? Just because there's more pros than cons, in my opinion, doesn't mean it's for you. Um, anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, subscribe, bitches.